Welcome to Movie Top. 2026 came in swinging, and cinema is already delivering. 15 new films that are out right now. Some that will absolutely blow your mind. Others that will keep you up at night. And a few you never saw coming. From big-budget blockbusters with every dollar on screen to thrillers that run on silence and cold, this year is showing no mercy. But before we get into it, it would mean the world if you took a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Number 7. Scream 7. Ghostface is back, but this time it's personal in a whole different way. The focus has shifted from Sidney Prescott to her daughter, and someone out there wants the new generation of the Prescott family destroyed. The violence here isn't random. It has a name. It has a history. It has years of built-up rage behind it. Neve Campbell returns after sitting out the previous entry, something fans never forgave the franchise for, and her presence brings back an emotional weight that was genuinely missing. Gale Weathers and other familiar survivors show up too, making this feel more like a direct continuation than another reboot in disguise. The tone leans hard into legacy, into what happens when the past flat-out refuses to stay buried. Let's be real. There's something that works really well when a franchise finally admits that its greatest strength has always been that emotional connection with the people who've been watching since '96. Brutal and nostalgic in equal measure, this is the comeback fans had every right to demand. Number 6. Project Hail Mary. A man wakes up alone on a spaceship with no memory of who he is, no idea how he got there, and a growing certainty that he is very, very far from home. As his memories slowly return, he discovers that Earth is facing an extinction-level threat and that he was sent out as humanity's last possible solution. Alone. No safety net. Ryan Gosling plays the lead. And here's the thing. He's not a soldier, not an action hero. He's a scientist who never wanted to be in this situation. The film is based on Andy Weir's novel, the same mind behind The Martian, and it shares that same DNA. Real science, problem solving under extreme pressure, and moments that turn quietly electric despite the scale of what's at stake. There is something enormously satisfying about watching someone solve the apocalypse with physics and chemistry instead of explosions. And honestly, if you loved The Martian, this is going to hit harder than you expect. Gripping and emotionally brutal. You can't sleep on this one. Number 5. Hoppers. Okay, picture this. You're a college student, you love animals, and you suddenly get access to secret technology that lets you transfer your consciousness into a robotic animal body. Mabel picks a beaver. What starts as pure curiosity turns into something much bigger when she discovers that the local wildlife is disappearing and a massive development project is threatening their entire habitat. Pixar took a completely absurd premise and used it to build something that blends spy movie action, comedy, and environmental themes without any of the three feeling forced. But here's the thing, the absurdity is just the entry point. Pixar always pushes towards something emotionally meaningful, and they pull it off again here. It's not the Pixar of the early years, but it's not the Pixar that lost its way either. It's entertaining, it has heart, and it knows exactly what it wants to be. Sharp and genuinely surprising. Pixar getting its instincts back. Number 4. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. Tommy Shelby is back, and he's not doing well. The story finds him during World War II, living in isolation, carrying the weight of everything he did and everything he lost, until a dangerous conspiracy tied to wartime politics drags him back into the world he tried to leave behind. The stakes this time go far beyond Birmingham, far beyond the personal. They reach the national level. But here's where it gets real. Tommy is older, more worn down, and the film reflects that. It's darker, more introspective, more patient. This isn't the adrenaline of the early series episodes, it's closer to watching a man face the actual consequences of the life he chose. Cillian Murphy carries every scene with effortless weight, as always. If you're a fan of the show, this is exactly the ending this character deserves. Dark and devastating, and it does full justice to everything the series built.
Number 3. Pretty Lala. 5 elite dancers are heading to an international dance competition when their bus breaks down in the middle of nowhere. Out of options, they take shelter at a roadside inn run by a former ballet prodigy whose behavior puts everyone on edge from the very first minute. It doesn't take long before it becomes clear they're being held there on purpose, and escaping becomes a matter of survival. But here's what sets it apart from every other generic survival thriller. The physical training of these characters isn't decoration, it's a weapon. Their strength, their discipline, their body precision become concrete tools in the fight to get out. Early reactions have singled out the stunt work as one of the film's most impressive elements. Look, when a survival thriller actually uses its character's premise in an intelligent way instead of ignoring it, the result is always more interesting. Intense and physically brutal, this is the surprise of the year.
Number 2. GOAT. A world inhabited entirely by animals, a fast-paced sport that looks a lot like basketball, and Will, a small, constantly underestimated young goat who dreams of making it to the top. He gets a shot to prove himself at the highest level, and from there, you probably know how the formula goes. But the formula works when it's executed right, and here it is. Stephen Curry came on as producer and voices a character, which gives the sports sequences an authenticity that genuinely comes through. The film opened in February and performed well at the box office, landing among the strongest releases of the year so far. It's entertaining, it's got energy, and if you've got kids nearby, this is your move. Dynamic and exciting, it delivers exactly what it promises. Number 1. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Pandora is back, and this time it arrives carrying more emotional weight than either of the previous entries, shaped by the losses the Sully family suffered in the last chapter. The new element here is the Ash People, a Na'vi faction connected to Pandora's volcanic regions, with a culture and temperament completely unlike anything we've seen before. And their arrival shifts the conflict inward. It's no longer just humans versus Na'vi. Now there's tension within the Na'vi world itself. That is exactly what this franchise needed. It adds a political and moral dimension that the previous films hadn't explored with this level of depth, and suddenly the story has more layers than you were expecting. Honestly, if the first 2 films left you feeling like the spectacle was outrunning the story, this one promises a much stronger balance between the two. Visually perfect and narratively more ambitious than ever, this is Avatar actually growing up.
And that's a wrap. 15 new films from 2026, all out there waiting for you right now. Every one of them different. Every one with something you won't find anywhere else. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one are you watching first? Did I miss anything you've already seen that's absolutely incredible? Drop it in the comments. That's exactly how we build the next video. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.